Good afternoon, everyone. I'm meteorologist Grace Thornton here at KVUE News. We're going to go over our severe weather chances that we have on tap for tonight, Monday night, probably starting around 7 p.m. for our hill country areas. So right now we have a low pressure system in the middle of the country, kind of shifting past the Great Plains here. Now we are in this what we call the warm sector, which is why it is so muggy and warm out there right now. Let's take this full so we can show you what's going on around town. So if we zoom in a little bit closer, obviously today in Austin we are having a cloudy, muggy day, and we've even started to see a couple of showers up here towards the areas of El Paso, maybe even a little bit of snow mixing in those higher elevations as well, up towards Lubbock as well as Amarillo and also into Oklahoma right now. We're at, just past the noon hour here, so scattered showers is all people are really going to be seeing, even in areas outside of Austin, at least throughout this afternoon. However, as that low pressure system starts to inch off to the east, we are then going to be watching for those more severe potential for our weather, more active weather for tonight. As for right now, our temperatures certainly warm out there. As of 12:20 p.m., we're sitting at 77 degrees for the Austin Metro, 75 up in Mason County, 71 for Fredericksburg. A few of our kind of hill country areas a little bit lower on the temperature spectrum, and then of course our eastern areas over towards Giddings, most of them are in the upper 70s. So it certainly is humid out there. Those dew points and our warmth today is only going to exacerbate the potential for that severe weather, giving our storms a lot of moisture, a lot of energy to work with tonight. So our dew points are in the 60s, which is just below kind of our areas in the 70s, and our high temperatures today are going to get into the upper 80s for a couple of us. Lockhart 87, 88 down in San Marcos. Now, of course, we're not going to see too much sunshine today. It just really is that boost of that southerly flow as well as us remaining in the warm sector throughout this afternoon. So San Antonio expected to get to 90 degrees today, and we're also starting to notice a little pickup in breezes right now. So our current winds and gusts at the moment, we are looking at pretty breezy conditions across the area. Now, this may stay pretty much the same as we head into this afternoon, and of course those isolated gusts within our thunderstorms tonight could get up to over 40, maybe even inching towards about 60 miles per hour within those thunderstorms. So right now we're seeing gusts right now 25, I would say 25, between 25 and 30 at the moment. Up there in Fredericksburg, we're at 18 miles per hour. So of course we are expecting a breezier day as we kind of anticipate this more active weather as we head into the night tonight. As for our winds and gusts, like I said, later on tonight as we kind of pick things up a little bit later, we are going to probably see more widespread gusts in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and then isolated gusts within those thunderstorms, potentially up to 55, 60 miles per hour is that threshold for severe storms. So let's kind of head into what we should be expecting for this afternoon. Like I said, right now it's about 12 p.m. and 12:30 p.m. So as we shift into this afternoon, here's a look at 3 p.m. You'll see it's very cloudy still and very warm still. We'll be in the mid to even lower 80s for many of us. And here's a look at 7 p.m. So this is when we start to see the potential for those storms enter the hill country areas. So up here towards Mason and Llano County. Up towards Mason and Llano County, Fredericksburg as well, you start to see these scattered storms kind of trickle into the area. Now, as they shift into the hill country here, they are going to get a little bit stronger. We're kind of noticing a stronger cycle through of the storms that are going to be moving over those higher elevations. So you can see by 9 p.m. we're looking at a strong line of storms kind of moving out of the hill country and into that I-35 corridor. Now, this is 9 p.m. The timing on on this has been pretty consistent, at least for today. We're thinking probably between 9 p.m. and a little towards 11 p.m. or even midnight that we're going to see these stronger storms kind of move over the I-35 corridor. However, like I said, as they're coming out of the hill country, we're tracking a strengthening trend. However, as they hit the I-35 corridor, we're now tracking a weakening trend. So this happens a lot of times here in Austin. So as these storms, these really strong, potentially even severe storms, move out of the hill country, they drop in elevation, or at least the land drops in elevation, and kind of the moisture and the updraft that's feeding those storms, it kind of drops out from under them because that elevation just goes from high to low so very quickly. And a lot of times these storms do start to weaken within, as they kind of move over the hill country and into those lower elevations there. So I think that's what we're thinking is going to happen tonight. They do come out of the hill country quite strong. However, they really drop off as they head into the I-35 corridor. So our central corridor right here, so Hayes County, Travis County, as well as Williamson County. It looks like those storms should start to weaken as they head over those counties. However, of course, we're still in that slight risk for those central counties, so it's possible that a few of them hold on to their severe thresholds as well. So by 11 p.m., we're tracking kind of more of a scattered scattered look to those storms. And then as we head overnight into Tuesday, we'll probably be out of the severe risk likely by 2 a.m., 3 a.m. tonight. And then, of course, here's a look at Tuesday morning, which is going to be bright and clear and breezy for a lot of us. So down to the 60s. And for tomorrow, that cold front doesn't really usher in those colder temperatures until probably Thursday of this week. I want to turn our attention to our severe outlook for today because this is the most recent update from the National Weather Service. This was updated during our midday show today around 11:30. We've actually seen a moderate risk for severe weather issued for a good portion of kind of central Oklahoma here and portions to the north of Dallas. Now, this is very not peculiar, but it's rare that a moderate risk is issued. Doesn't happen all the time, so we really want to be paying attention to this area of the country for potential for thunderstorms, tornadoes, significant hail as we head into tonight. So let's kind of zoom in. If you have friends and family who are in Oklahoma, those southern plains kind of regions, here is a look at that map. So anywhere from Lawton, this is Interstate 44 that heads up through Oklahoma City, Interstate 35, so that north end of I-35, Oklahoma City, all the way up through Tulsa. There's again Interstate 44 and also Interstate 40 that runs east to west through the state. So areas towards McAllister, again Tulsa, Oklahoma City, and Lawton, and areas down to the kind of North Texas, just kind of clipping North Texas there. You really want to make sure that if you have friends and family in those regions that they know that they need to be weather aware tonight, because this is particularly could become a particularly dangerous situation for areas up there. Now, thankfully, we are still, in that slight to moderate risk, which is a low end risk for severe weather. Now, here's a look at the Austin map. You can see that the Austin Metro is included in that slight risk, a level 2 out of 5. And as I was saying, our midday show, this map did update. So around 11:30, we also were issued a slight risk in the hill country. So anywhere from Mason County, Llano, Burnett, as well as Gillespie and Blanco County, they were included in this slight risk as we headed into kind of our morning this morning. So that is an update. So you definitely need to be paying attention if you are living in the hill country a little bit later on for tonight, because you will be included in that slight risk, which again, it's a low risk, but it's a little bit more elevated. Another thing that we really want to pay attention to is the potential for significant hail as we head into tonight. So I know this map can get a little bit wonky for the eyes, but all that cross hatching where the black stripes are, this is where we're expecting the potential for significant hail as those storms move in from the hill country through the I-35 corridor and again towards the east, towards Bastrop, Lee County as well as Caldwell County. So just be aware of that. We could see anywhere from pea-sized to even golf ball-sized hail within these storms. So just be aware of that as you head through your day. And of course, that timeline is 8 p.m. to about 9-10 p.m. for the hill country. And then for the I-35 corridor, that's going to be about 9 p.m. to 11 p.m., potentially even midnight. And then past midnight, we're going to be watching those storms move out of our coastal plains regions. Here's a look at our future rainfall totals. I mean, tonight is not going to be a drought busting squall line that moves through. Obviously, there are going to be pockets of very, very heavy rain, and you can see that with the stronger storms that come out of the hill country and into the kind of that western portions of the I-35 corridor. You can see that those storms are likely going to be carrying the greatest amounts of rainfall, probably potential values of 1 to 2 inches in isolated spots. So you can see kind of that big swath that moves in there to just to the west of the I-35 corridor. That's where we're expecting the most of our rain. But you can see a lot of us are going to miss out on that rain, especially over towards the east end. So we want to go over the timeline just real quick. Once again, if you guys are still tuned in. Again, for this afternoon, early on this evening, this won't affect your commute home from work if you're headed out between 5 and 6 p.m. Don't have to worry about this. Still just going to be a cloudy, breezy day out there. However, as we inch towards kind of those dinner time hours, say about 7 p.m., 8 p.m., that is when we're going to be watching the hill country for that squall line to move in. And then as we head a little bit later on into the night, 9 p.m., 10 p.m., 11 p.m., that's when those strong storms are going to come in from the hill country, or at least out of the hill country into just that western portion of the I-35 corridor. So just kind of like areas to the west of Austin. So places like Lakeway, Westlake, down towards Dripping Springs, those kinds of areas for the south end, and then up towards Georgetown as well. We're predicting that possibly those storms could be probably the ones that will have a severe tag on them or a strong tag on them from the National Weather Service. And again, these are going to be the storms that have the greatest potential for those heavy downpours, that significant hail, as well as those very gusty and potentially even damaging winds that can be upwards of 50 to 60 miles per hour. Then as we continue to head through the night, you'll see that those storms really weaken as they head past those central counties there, and they become very scattered and isolated in their nature as they head off to the east, kind of towards Bastrop County there. So we'll continue to moderate those storms in case they are able to pick up on some additional energy in the atmosphere and, you know, become severe once again. But likely these storms that kind of move past about midnight as they continue on east, those storms are not really going to be the ones that we're watching for those main severe risks. It's going to be likely from 9 p.m. through about midnight that we're really watching for what passes through those central counties that are within the I-35 corridor, that we're watching for those larger risks like hail, winds, as well as heavy downpours. And then we clear out for our Tuesday morning, which will be a welcomed addition to this week with much brighter skies, nicer temperatures, kind of a breezy day, as well as that high pressure settles in, but should be a pretty nice day overall. Here's again those severe threats. So severe threats continue from 9 a.m. through 4 p.m. We could probably change that back to about 2 a.m. It looks like most of that scattered activity that we're looking off to the east is going to be likely out of our area by about 2 or 3 a.m. So we may be able to shorten it on the back end there. However, yes, damaging winds, large hail. Large hail is going to be our medium threat because of that significant hatching that we saw on one of our maps just a bit ago. Isolated tornadoes, of course, there's always the potential for that, but tornadoes are not our main risk that we're watching for tonight. And this brings us to our 7-day forecast for the next couple of days. Thankfully, this is kind of all we're watching, at least for the beginning half of the week. You'll see the middle half of the week is just gorgeous. 75, sunny, and even up into the 80s for Thursday and Friday. So it should be certainly nice here in Austin for, if you need to get out and about a little bit later on this week. However, as we do head into next weekend, I'll pull this up a little bit higher for you guys, or a little bit closer here. As we head into next weekend, so this is when our Cap 10K is on Sunday. We're looking at some rain chances there as well. And then into Sunday, into Monday, potentially we could be tracking some widespread rain and maybe even some cloudy weather for our area. And we want to make note of this just because Monday, of course, is our day for the eclipse, the total solar eclipse that's passing through areas of the Hill Country and, of course, Travis County here in Austin. So keep it, kind of tuned into the forecast for the rest of this week, because obviously 7 days out, things can change very drastically over the next couple of days. So we're really hopefully banking on some sunny weather for our eclipse day again next Monday. And then again, we'll have to watch for those scattered showers and thunderstorms on Sunday, potentially for weather that could interrupt that Cap 10K. So that's all I have. We'll have another stream a little bit later on tonight, closer to when those storms are set to move into the Hill Country, likely after our 5 and 6 p.m. show. Of course, we'll be updating things online, especially on our social media pages. My social media page is going to be Grace Thornton WX. And of course, yes, tonight, so probably after commute home, 5, 6 p.m., be watching. We'll have updates on the weather come that time. So I hope you enjoy the rest of your Monday. Make a plan tonight, maybe for your cars, stick them under some sort of garage or carport type of thing, just because of that potential for significant hail that we have. And we'll see you guys a little bit later on. Thanks for tuning in this morning.